You know that moment when you're standing in the baby aisle at Target, staring at 17 different types of bottles, and you realize you have absolutely no idea what you're doing? Or when someone hands you advice that directly contradicts the advice someone else gave you 10 minutes ago, and you're just supposed to figure it out? Early fatherhood is drowning in information while somehow still having no idea what actually matters. Here's what I learned after testing hundreds of baby products and talking to hundreds of new dads. There are 5 practical things that actually cut through the chaos. Not theory, not emotional prep talk, just tools that help you feel more confident, less stressed, and way more present with your kid. I'm Mark with Fathercraft, and these are the 5 new dad tips I come back to over and over. Number 1, baby wearing is a superpower. For dads, baby wearing is a cheat code. It's bonding, mobility, and survival strategy rolled into one. The more time your baby spends on you, the faster your brain learns them. Baby wearing increases oxytocin for both of you, regulates infant heart rate, and reduces crying. It's not just cute, it's biology working for you. Gear-wise, wraps and slings look nice, but I hated them. Too much fabric, which makes you hot, too many steps, which means more room for error. For newborns, I preferred structured carriers like the Colugo, Babywearing, or Ergo Baby. Easy on, easy off. Strap them to your chest and keep moving. Sometimes the best way to connect is literally to just carry them with you. Number 2, feeding is always stressful. Before my son was born, I thought feeding was simple. You throw the kid on the boob or you make a bottle and you're done. Easy. Catastrophically wrong. Feeding is a minefield. The cultural narrative around breastfeeding is this: breast is best. It's natural, every mom can do it, and if you supplement with formula, you're basically feeding your child liquid failure. Except that narrative is a damaging, guilt-inducing lie. Yes, breastfeeding is great when it works, but for a lot of families, it doesn't. The baby won't latch, supply won't come in, it's physically painful. Or it works, but it's so exhausting that it becomes the entire center of gravity for your partner's existence, and you watch her slowly disappear under the weight of it. Then our pediatrician told us fed is best, not breast, fed. If breastfeeding works for your family, fantastic. If it doesn't, formula is not poison. It's a tool, a great one. One that can save your partner's mental health and actually give you a way to participate in feeding, which changes the whole game. It means you're not just a spectator. It means your partner isn't the only one who can soothe the baby at 2 a.m. It means that you can actually bond with your kid in a way that is immediate and necessary. We were diligent about this early. My wife breastfed as much as she could, but also pumped to try to build up a supply. Building a supply was hard and stressful. And yes, we did supplement with a little formula. But this allowed me to strategically take feedings, one in the middle of the night to give my wife a stretch of uninterrupted sleep, and as many as I could throughout the day to give my wife's nipples a break. So my advice, get your kid on a bottle as early as possible. Build up a supply if you're breastfeeding, and supplement with formula if you need to. And tell anyone who says you're doing it wrong, because they will, listen, unless you're personally lactating into my kid's mouth right now, your opinion is worth less than this diaper I'm about to change. Number 3, find your tribe, but filter the noise. Parenting advice is like marketing emails. Some of it's legit, most of it is just selling guilt. The second your partner becomes pregnant, everyone becomes a consultant. Your mom, random strangers at Target who feel compelled to comment on your wife's belly for some godforsaken reason, every Facebook group, every subreddit, baby-led weaning, cry it out, attachment parenting. Everyone has the system, and they're all convinced it's the only one that works. So new parents end up drowning in contradictions. Don't rock the baby, it's soothing. Actually, you're creating a dependency that will ruin their sleep forever. Cool, great, super helpful. I knew this would happen, but I was not prepared for the volume of unsolicited advice you'll get. Here's what you do. Find the people whose advice actually calms you, not the ones that spike your anxiety. The parents that make you feel like you're doing okay, not like you're constantly failing. And then ignore the rest. If a parenting account makes you feel inadequate, mute it. If your mother-in-law's unsolicited advice is making your partner cry, set a boundary. There is no one right way. There's just what works for you and your family. And if your baby is safe, growing, and mostly happy, you're doing fine. Full stop. Curate ruthlessly. Find the voices that help. Ignore the ones that don't. And when in doubt, log off. Go smell your baby's head. That's the real metric. Number 4, invest in yourself. Knowledge is power. Here's something guys do that's insane. We'll watch 300 hours of YouTube tutorials before changing a faucet, but wing an entire human life with zero preparation. How hard can it be? Famous last words, right up there with "it's probably fine" and "I don't need to read the manual." The answer is really hard. Because babies don't come with manuals. They come with screams in different octaves, and it's your job to figure out which one means "I'm fine," which one means "I'm tired," and which one means "I'm testing your commitment to sanity." Here's the truth. The frustration you feel almost always comes from ignorance, not inability. You just don't know what your baby needs yet, but you can learn. At Fathercraft, we consider the American Academy of Pediatrics book, Caring for Your Baby and Young Child, Birth Through Age 5, to be the Bible of parenting. I've linked it below. The problem is it's 900 pages, and it reads like a medical textbook. Not ideal for 3 a.m. panic spirals. So my wife, who, for the record, is in medicine, wanted me to read this book. Rather than do that, because again, it would not surprise you to find this on the syllabus for a medical school, I trained a custom GPT on the entire 900 pages, plus early childhood resources from the Mayo Clinic. I've linked it below and it's completely free. You can ask it anything from nap schedules to uploading pictures of your baby's poop for analysis. The information you can glean from a dirty diaper is genuinely surprising. So check that out. We also built a course specifically for this moment. My wife is pregnant. What now? Short, funny, no BS videos on everything from diapering to sleep to supporting your partner. It comes with a 93-page companion guide we'll drop in the mail that's full of checklists, important tidbits, and unlike the American Academy of Pediatrics, dad jokes. Scan this QR code or click the link in the description below for $50 off. But whatever resource you choose, the advice is the same. Educate yourself. Because knowledge isn't just power. It's the difference between reacting emotionally to every crisis and understanding what's happening. It won't magically fix everything, but it will greatly reduce your stress. Don't wing this. Get the information. It's the closest thing you're going to find to a cheat code. Number 5, expensive baby gear isn't required. The baby gear industry is a luxury arms race designed to prey on your anxiety, and they're getting creative about it. At some point, they looked at parents and said, you know what these sleep-deprived people desperately need? More apps to check, more notifications to ignore, more devices that require charging. There's a $300 diaper pail now. It connects to Wi-Fi. It sends you push notifications when it's full, as if the smell wasn't notification enough. Next, they'll add a blockchain integration so you can mint your baby's poops as NFTs. Look, I review baby gear for a living. I've tested hundreds of products, and that gives me the unique perspective from which I can say with absolute certainty, nice? Sure. Necessary? Almost never. Babies don't care about your brand of bassinet. They care that you're there, that you get down on the ground to play with them. They care about consistency, warmth, and someone who shows up when they cry. The fanciest gadget on the planet can't do the one thing that only you can do: be present. Buy smart, not scared. Ask yourself, does this solve a real problem I have, or does it solve a problem the internet told me I should have? Only buy what you need, skip what you don't. And remember, the best investment you can make isn't gear, it's time, presence, showing up. That's free, and it's the only thing your kid will actually remember. Okay, let's recap. 5 tactical tools. Wear your baby, figure out feeding early, filter the noise, educate yourself, and don't buy all the crap. These are the practical moves. But here's the thing, tactics only work when your head is in the right place. Because the hardest part of early fatherhood isn't the gear or the feeding schedule. It's the identity shift, the guilt, the delayed bonding, the marriage stress, the feeling that you've lost yourself entirely. I made a whole video on that, the 5 emotional truths nobody warns you about. It's the other half of this equation, and honestly, it's the more important half. Watch it next, right now. because in fatherhood, your mental game matters a whole lot. I linked it up in the corner and down in the description. And before you go, drop a comment. Which one of these 5 hit the hardest for you? Or tell me something you wish you'd known before becoming a dad. The more we talk about this stuff, the less alone we all feel. Links below for that free custom GPT and Father's Ed. Thanks for watching. Now go be a present, imperfect parent. Adios.